everyone! Welcome to Craft Lab. I'm glad you could join us. Today I'm going to show you how to make marbled paper. So you'll need a few things for this project. The first thing is you're going to need 2 trays kind of like this. You could also use a baking sheet or some other kind of flat pan that you have at home. You'll need some shaving cream. You'll need a spatula or something similar. You'll also need some liquid watercolor. You could also do this with food coloring. Liquid watercolor would be available at the craft store if you're interested in that. You'll need a craft stick or something similar to swirl the coloring around with. You'll of course need some paper. I happen to have cardstock, but you could use regular paper or even color paper. And you'll need a scraper. A ruler would also work, or something similar. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing to do is to put your shaving cream on one of your trays. And I've already gone ahead and done that. And then we're going to take our spreader. We're going to start to smooth it out. We want to make sure that we have enough space to accommodate our paper. We also don't want it to be too thick. And we'd like it to be pretty smooth. Okay. That looks good. So let's set our spatula aside. Now it's time for watercolors. So you can use as few or as many colors as you want. So if you only want one color, that's okay. If you want a whole bunch, that's okay too. I'm going to use 3 today. We want to sprinkle them all around. Okay. Once we're done with that, it's time to swirl around with our craft stick. And you can swirl in multiple directions, or as much or as little as you'd like. And we do still want to try to keep our cream pretty smooth. Okay. Now it's time for paper. So we're going to lay our paper down very gently, and then we're just going to tap. We want to make sure we get the corners and as much of the paper as we can, but we don't want the paper to go down in the foam too much. Okay, that looks good. We're going to leave that for a second. You'll need your second tray now, so that when we pull the paper up, we're going to set it over here, and we can already see some of our marbling. Now it's time for your scraper. We're going to scrape off all the excess. And then we have our marbled paper. And that's it. It will take some time for the paper to dry, but once it does, you can do any number of things with it. You could cut it into shapes and use them for decorations. You can make a bookmark or even a card. So I hope you enjoyed the project. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.